Yo, what's popping? So I'm gonna do my rookie tier list. I'm gonna talk about my rookie of the year pick and all that at the end. And if you're interested in this and you enjoy it, I will be doing one for every role sometime this week, and one for MVP and Coach of the Year also. So keep an eye out on those if you're interested. Um, and yeah, so starting off, I'm gonna start off with Venom because he's at the top. Sure. Solid A tier, I think, for Venom. Very good tracer, but that's all he is, right? He's a very good tracer. He will carry you maps. He's carried on Ilios before. He's very much a solid tracer. No real flexibility outside of that, which isn't bad, right? It's okay to have specialists, especially Tracer Specialist, who's one of the best characters in the game. You don't really need to swap off with Tracer. If you're good enough at Tracer, you can make her work. Venom does just that. But I'm not willing to put him into that S tier. S tier is like best of the best, right? He's very solid A, but lack of flexibility, which I just said wasn't a problem, but it is a problem to get you to S, I think. But very solid. So Speedily is unplayed, right? He's not of age yet. When he is of age, I expect him to shoot right up. But for now, no. OG, also thinking A for OG. Whenever I think about other rookies that are coming up in this tier list, I see Vindame, and I'm like, Vindame's definitely S, and OG's a tier below him. So I'm solid with putting OG A. Now, above Venom or not, I do think that... Ooh, this is hard. They both give pretty similar levels of input. I think I'm gonna I think OG wins just a little bit, because he does play more, right? He is in full time, and it's really hard to ask for more. Venom is getting subbed out from Nero, but that's not as true in the tournament. He actually did play a lot more than Nero. I like OG. I'm gonna put OG above into Venom, but yeah, I think that's fine. Ultraviolet, though, Ultraviolet's going to S. I think Ultraviolet is that guy. No doubt in my mind, he's that guy. Very good on the bat, very good on the Ana. There's no real glaring weakness in his gameplay that I see right now, and it's hard to ask for better. Absolute star player. One of the sneaky good reason Atlanta's so good. Everyone talks about Kai and talks about Hawk. UV in the back does so much for this team, I think. I could go down to A technically, if depending on what happens in S, but we'll see. Victoria kind of perfectly embodies mid to me. In the DPS tier list, he could go to C, but for B, I think Victoria is good there. Just a lot of solid, consistent gameplay. He has had some more pop-off modes. I think he's been better than he was last stage, but for right now, I'm going to go with him in B. He has the potential to go to A probably, but I think he also has the potential to go to C kind of thing. So I think B is a very good spot for him. Seeker, same boat as Speedily, except I don't rate him as highly. We'll see we'll see if he plays at all, really, whenever he comes in. I could see it. But Itzel is got to be my first D tier, right? Itzel probably provides negative value to his team, because subbing him in just hurts Bost, and it's tragic. It is truly tragic. There's just not much to say here. Winston one trick, basically, from what we've seen so far. And he's getting subbed in for playtime anyway, whenever Punk is right there. I don't know why Itzel's in. Gurio, also going to be D tier, I think. He kind of has to be. I can't think of a worse starting DPS, starting hit scan, and Gurio has just not been up to par with the other hit scans around him in this league. And with how prevalent the hit scan role is right now, Dallas have visibly struggled, right? I think the lack of hit scan prowess is the reason that they went to the Moira Lucio Winston composition to try and take some pressure off of him, maybe. I can't put Gurio above D with the performances he's had so far. Hopefully he won't be D next stage. Chio. So Chio has got to be A, right? By the way, this is both stages combined. Right? This is not just last stage. This is Kickoff Clash and Midseason Madness, putting them together. So both are included. But right now, because Chio, I'm a little down on Chio from how I was. And part of the reason is, well, Dallas has struggled a little bit compared to how they were, and it's very hard to shine on main support whenever you're struggling. But I also haven't been that impressed with the double flex support from Chio. Whenever Dallas have played it, they haven't played it a ton, right? They're normally on the more Lucio, but when Chio was on the double flex support, wasn't a huge fan of it. So, and I think that does matter because they always main support doesn't matter, but it kind of does now. Supports, in order to be that guy on support, you kind of have to encompass everything. I don't know if Chio's there for me. Above or below OG is a good question. I think I am still going to put him above OG. He still had a phenomenal performance last stage. That's not taking it away from him there. So I do like Chio more than OG, but I don't like Chio in S tier right now. Very solid main support. S tier is a little too far for me. Hydron. Ooh, this is hard. Hydron's kind of lost his starting position, right? And in the tournament, he did not perform as well as he did. So right now, I'm debating between A and B, and actually, I'm unfortunately feeling a B from Hydron right now. A very high B. But because he lost his job, basically, he lost his starting position to Xe, and then he had it back for the start of the tournament and lost it again, like very visibly. That really hurts for Hydron enjoyers. I'm going to have him B for right now, but I really like Hydron. I'd love to see him in A. I don't know if I can justify putting him in A right now. We'll see. Now there's someone. So someone's very good. I think someone has to be in A tier at minimum. Probably just because of that he's the flexibility he brings to his roster is it can't be understated how impactful that is to not have to sub out tanks. And the energy he brings to this team is very good. I think he was a little over ambitious with his character swaps in the last stage, but someone's still very solid. I'm actually going to put someone. I think someone brings more value than Venom. I'm going to do this, I think. Above Chio and OG? I'm not sure. Because someone's very good, but his ball gameplay was a little suspect. I still don't love the Doomfist. I don't think he's played it that much. I don't proper remember. But I like someone. It's like a downgraded Reiner in a way. Because Reiner can play everything very solidly. You'll have no problems. There are some more problems there. There are some bigger weaknesses. And he's very aggressive, and sometimes that aggression does hurt him. So I'm going to put him below OG. I'm actually kind of talking myself to putting Venom back in, I think. Consistency-wise, I think Venom has been better. I like that more. So Surmajet. Surmajet's kind of hard, actually, because he kind of lost his job also, and similar about the Hydron, and I think it's safe to say he was definitely below average last stage, right? I think that's an okay thing to say. And he had a very good first stage, and with the second stage combined, both factored in. I'm happy with B. But yeah, he just different. His playstyle, his preferred playstyle, he never got to really showcase at this stage. So I like B. I think B's a good spot. But very polarizing player, very high risk, high reward. And I understand that. I know I think Rupel has to go right with him, just because they were kind of neck and neck the whole time. Two very differing playstyles. Nah, though I can't. I think C for Rupel. I think Surmajet's definitely a better player, and Rupel is just supplementing what Surmajet doesn't bring with his stability, right? Surmajet is going to be aggressive. Rupel will stay back and do what he has to do, but he's not going to pop off at all, I think. So I like C for Rupel. I think if Surmajet has another stage like he did, he might follow him there. But for right now, I like Rupel there. Merit, I think Merit has been spectacular. I am considering Merit an S right now. Outperformed Pelican in the tournament for sure. Outperformed Hisu, outperformed a number of hit scans in the head-to-head. He had one of the craziest clips with the 3K collateral. which isn't like too important, but he has that pop off potential. He's been fighting neck and neck with Kai the entire season and stuff like that. I'm gonna put Merit in S. I'm not really gonna have a problem with it. I might even put him over UV right now. I am such a Merit enjoyer. It's actually crazy. Okay, so Backbone. Backbone has just had another great stage. I'm not gonna put him S because he's not like his Mei walls are very impactful, and other than the Mei, I don't want him to see him on the Genji very much. We have seen him on the Genji a little bit. I don't love that. That's not a great look. So because of how but the Zenyatta too. That flexibility of the Zenyatta is important. However, I think that speaks more values on Admiral than it does on Backbone. Backbone's definitely A tier for me. Above someone, I think that's safe. I think I can agree with that. Being an exceptional player on not one but two roles is very difficult, and he really is probably the best Mei in the league. The only real player that's showcased his Mei, like as much as anyone else, right? It's hard to make an argument against him right now, but the fact that he also is pounding on the Zenyatta looks very good for him. So now Admiral. Okay. The thing about Admiral is that having to be subbed out on support is never good because then you have Backbone on it. And Backbone support has been very good, but it's because Admiral's hasn't been. They're not like Lucio's been fine. But even the Brig, we're having Backbone in on the Brig more, and that's maybe because if he's not on Brig or on Zen, so maybe there's something there. But Admiral, I think, has been very solid on the Lucio, but past that, it's not quite the same. And you can argue, oh, that's the same thing as Funny Astro. No, but Funny Astro is better at Lucio too. And Funny Astro's not a rookie, so he's not in this, so I guess I don't have to talk about Funny Astro right now. It doesn't really matter. I am content with putting him above Rupel, but below Summerjet. Summerjet right here makes me really do want to move him down, but I think I'm gonna leave him B just because the stage 1 was really good. It wasn't really good. It was very solid, I think. The risk reward was good for Summerjet in stage 1. Admiral is looking to be a BC. I'm gonna put him in C because someone has to go C. I think his Lucio gameplay is solid, but to me, you need more than that now. Landon. I actually think Landon's been good. So I think this is like the opposite opinion as most people. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think most people believe in Admiral more than Landon because I've seen people point to Landon and be like he's a reason London struggles against some of the topper teams. I just don't agree. I think his Zen's been fantastic whenever they were playing Poco on the Sigma. I think his BAP is strong. I don't have a problem with Landon almost at all. I just don't. I'm actually going to rate Landon above Summerjet, I think. Is that crazy? I don't think so. I think Landon... I don't have a problem with Landon's gameplay. I know some people might, but I just don't see it. I'm not saying he's crazy. He's not popping off. He's doing his job well. And I think he's more of a benefit than people give him credit for, though. Right? I could maybe make an argument here for Admiral being B with him, but I'm gonna choose to keep Landon B, and because I'm gonna choose that. It looks good for me. So now Podifon. Ooh, I think Podifon's been very good. Definitely very good. Definitely a key reason to Gladiators winning 2 tournament cycles. So I'm deciding between S and A right now. And honestly, I'm putting him top of A, I think. And the reason for this is he is still a little inconsistent. There are some maps where he just doesn't get the job done. There were some blades on the Genji where he was just not doing anything, and he would do things in the neutral, but with the blades, they weren't getting things done. I think worked on those consistency issues a little bit, and Podifon could make it S, but I think he's going to forever live in Kevster's shadow right now. His Sojourn has been spectacular, but then I look at Merit right beside him, and I'm like, I'd take Merit every day over Podifon and Sojourn, I think. Now, there is an argument to be made about Podifon's flexibility. It is very good. He can straight up play the Tracer that Kevster plays sometimes, right? We've seen it, rather. I think Patapon is going to be the gatekeeper of S right now. And now there's Reiner. Reiner just has to go S. I think Reiner is going above both Merit and UV because of how good he is and how he can play literally every role on tank. He was even on the Sigma. He was even on the Zarya this qualifier round. Now the reason for that may be a little dubious, but he was there. It wasn't horrible, and his flexibility is just unmatched. It really is unmatched. He's so good, and he's really good at it all. So I have no problem putting Reiner S. Zero doubt whenever I do this. Now Kellen. Kellen has continued to struggle on New York, as everyone else has also. I'm feeling a D tier above Gurio, maybe above Gurio. I like D, but I don't know. Kind of like the inflexibility is still there, and that's the biggest thing. It's like if Itzel was the only tank on Boston, kind of thing. Only we can actually see that Itzel is a big reason Boston has struggled or has struggled. If New York had a different main tank or a different tank in general, right? Maybe you would be able to see that also just as clear. But I'm not a huge Kellen enjoyer. I haven't seen him pop off that much. He's had some good primals every now and then. That's about it. Gonna leave him there at that. Ho1 has not played. I think he also comes of age this stage. Dub. So Dub only has this stage to go off of. I think I'm going to put him C. I could put him D, but I don't think he's been there. And Wub's actually going to follow him. I'm going to put these two right beside each other. I do like Dub a little bit more than Wub, I think. Wub has struggled a bit. I'm going to talk about Wub first. So Wub has struggled a bit on the Tracer specifically, and he's been very inconsistent. Some games he's looked like Paris' worst player. Sometimes he's looked like their best. Usually not the best one, though. Normally a little worse than better. And Dove has come in, and I don't think he's looked as good as Glister. I really don't. I think they're working with what they got, but Dove has not impressed me very much at all. Especially whenever I look over and I compare him to Victoria, even, I would take Victoria every single day of the week. And Dove and Wub, solid C tier players. I'm not even going to call them mid, though. They're definitely not. Like, they're just not, right? They can't be. Proper, probably surprise to nobody, but he is going into the top of S tier. Proper is so good, he shapes the entire team around him, whether he wants to or not. He is the soul and spirit of the San Francisco Shock. Without him, they don't make it anywhere near where they made it. He's just so good. He is literally so good. It's almost annoying to say over and over again, but he is so good. He's crazy. Just the raw plays he can make just alone. He can just go in and kill people alone. He looks like old Tracer on Overwatch 2. Like, with the Tracer damage nerf, you don't even notice it with Proper. He's that accurate, and he's that scary, and his movement is so good. His game, so everything is there for Proper. There's not a single point in his game where I can say, well, so I guess there's sometimes he tries to do too much. He tries to carry too hard. You could make that argument sometimes. Not when it mattered. It's Proper. You have to put Proper in S. You just have to, I think. Okay, so Kilo. Kilo has not impressed me as much as I thought he would. I was very hyped for Kilo, but it hasn't been there for me. I'm actually willing to put Kilo in B, and I'm not sure if I'm putting him above Hydron, below Hydron, or below Victoria. I definitely don't think he's A. I'm going to say that right now. I don't think he's A. He has not impressed me that much. Does Hydron impress me more? Probably. Does Victoria impress me more? That's where I'm not sure. I'm going to go with no. I'm going to put Kilo right here. Smack dab in B. Very solid, but he is definitely not the star of the show for Shock. And it is very obvious that he's not the guy moving forward. He had some good moments, especially in the finals, but then Ons had better moments, like significantly better moments. I don't know. I like Kilo, but I think he has more to offer, and he hasn't reached that yet. So now Sam. This might be a hot take. I think Sam's been better than Kilo. I'm not sure how the shock. I don't know. If you're a shock fan, let me know. Just let me know if you're not a shock fan. Do you think Kilo's better than Sam or not? Because right now I'm feeling like Sam's just a little bit better. I think he complements Proper a little bit more because he can also play the Sojourn. He can play the Hanzo. He can play whatever he wants, and he can also go over to the Echo, and they can run Tracer Echo. They can put the Proper, do whatever he wants. I think Sam does complement Proper a bit better than Kilo, and that's what matters more than who's the better player. It's who complements Proper better, because Proper is going to be the best. Complement him well. And I think Sam does that a little bit better. I'm going to put them both below Hydron, even though Hydron did lose his spot to Xe. I'm still going to put Hydron above him because I think Hydron had a phenomenal first half. And even whenever he did play in the second half. Next up is Kaluge. To me, Kaluge is probably just below Podafon. Kaluge only playing in 1 out of 6 matches, I believe, right? 1 out of 6 against the Gladiators in that final really makes me question what's going on here. Now, that's not on him, but whatever it was, they were not putting in Kaluge, and they would rather play Mikey. I don't know about that one, right? I don't know. I still don't know. Podafon's undoubtedly done more. Maybe I'm starting to sense that maybe Podafon will move to S by the time I'm done with this. But right now, Kaluge is definitely a step behind Reiner, I think. The flexibility is there, but the lack of ball gameplay does hurt him. I really hope he does step up and is able to play the Wrecking Ball. I don't know if it'll happen this season. Maybe that's the next season job. But to me, it does feel like he's a step behind Reiner. Just a little bit. The D.Va gameplay is phenomenal, though. Love that. Best D.Va gameplay in Overwatch 2 we've ever seen. Definitely solid A player. And now Finn. Finn is very good. I'm gonna start right off. I think I like Finn a little bit more than UV. I'm not gonna put Finn above Merit though. Yeah, Finn's doing it all. Phenomenal sleep darts. Everything's good with Finn. Playing well with Violet. Really good. Everything. The playmaking's there. The living is there. The aggression when he needs to is there. Very smart player. And very mechanically gifted as well. I'm going to put him S. I like him a lot. And he really does benefit from playing beside Violet whenever they want to play double flex support. They can both do that as well as they want. And they're both equally as strong on either of their characters. No matter what it is, Finn and Violet is a very, very scary backline to play into double, whenever they're playing double flex support. So Finale now. The thing about Finale, I feel like Finale, for me, I think he's very good on the Tracer, but I don't know if he's good enough. So he's going to go B somewhere. Right now, I think it's definitely below Sam. Is it below Kilo or is it below Victoria? Is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking right now. I'm thinking below Kilo. Finale's been solid, but there is some communication issues. Either it's on him or Muse, right? It's on someone. The dive for Toronto is not great. I think Finale hasn't stepped up enough to really consider him. Actually, I'm gonna put Victoria ahead of Finale right now. I think I can safely say Victoria had a better showing. And Finale didn't get to play as much as I would have liked him to in the first stage, which kind of hurts his value because we didn't get to see him pop off as much as I think he could have. And in the second stage, he didn't have that same spark. So I'm going to take this consistency of Victoria. And also the bigger flexibility. I feel like Finale really can't play Echo. I did not love the Echo from him. I just put him on Tracer. I think you just put him on Tracer every time. Maybe some Genji if you need to, if you absolutely must. I would just stick Tracer the entire time. So Chorong. A lot of people still really high on Chorong despite Toronto being bad. I like that take, but I actually think people are overrating him a little bit. That might be false. But I'm even thinking B tier. Like I'm looking. Well, no, I think he's in the same tier as OG and Chio. I guess I'll put him at the bottom of A. Yeah, I think that's fair. His one thing that did I'm very impressed from Chorong is his flex support. I think it's very good. The Toronto backline have carried at times, but yeah, I don't know. I think there's maybe a little overrating there, but it's very solid A tier. Well, not a lower A tier. I think definitely a step below OG in my opinion. The flex support maybe tilts that a little bit. If you wanna play that flex support argument for Chorong, I think he's one of the main supports you can. Sure, but I'm not gonna put him any higher than this. I think that looks good. So King hasn't played yet. I don't know if he's of age. I don't know what's going on there, but I don't remember. False. Kind of have to put him. I have to put him below Kellen. Probably have to put him below Gurio, right? Just not getting the job done on Vancouver, right? Whatever it is, they're not. It's the job is not getting done, and False is definitely a part of that reason. You see Mirror come out on the Doomfist even. I don't know what False's place is on this team. I'm not sure. It's weird. Vancouver's not very good. False cannot be above D tier. Whether you want to put him above Gurio or above Kellen, you can. I'm not going to put him all the way up. I'm even gonna put him below Itzel. I think I'm gonna put False in the trenches. I'm sorry, Titans fans. I had faith in False. I've lost it. So Sky Reaper, I I think he's going to follow False, but I'm actually gonna put False below him. I'm not a Sky Reaper enjoyer. I've not been defending Sky Reaper. I think he is not good. Like straight up, I don't think he's very good at all. Just straight up, gonna say it as it is. I don't think he's very good at all. Not much else to say. I just don't think he's good. Uh, the flex support, he's just dying. He's not hitting big plays. He's not like particularly living well. There's been countless misplays from him that have cost his team fights, at least maps potentially. I'm not on the Sky Reaper train. I don't know if many people are. Vigilante. Vigilante had a lot of hype going into it. It was just not there. I would go sort of far to say his Krillin maybe looked better. Gonna have to be a C tier. Definitely not D tier, but definitely not doing the work for me. I think I will safely put him above Rupel, but no further. I expected more from Vigil. I just expected more. Maybe that's on me. I guess that doesn't impact. It doesn't. What I expected from him doesn't impact how he actually did. But Washington as a team is like fake, right? I just don't. I would rather not acknowledge them at all. So I think I just will stop. Opener, also not loving opener. Like sure, he's like there. He's okay, but I'm just gonna put him bottom of C. I don't know. He's there. He's doing things sometimes. Washington's such a weird team. It's hard to pinpoint exactly what's going wrong other than they're not really doing anything or they're doing everything, right? And even though they're not even really doing everything last stage. Just a really bad showing from everyone on Washington last stage in total, I would say. Yeah, no. Yeah. That looks good to me. So that's gonna be my West. Right now, A is kind of leading. Kind of like a downward staircase, I guess. Anyway, the East. So now we have Daisy. Daisy I don't think got any gameplay except maybe Sigma on the stage. I don't think he's been bad, but I don't think he's been good. He's just been there. Maybe that's what you signed him for, and maybe that's why you didn't sign up Rita, who hasn't played yet. But not not inspired by him even when he did play. And it's mostly just off of last stage. So I don't know, it's whatever. Pineapple got like a game. I'm just gonna put him in unplayed. He literally got a single map. That's it. Alpha E. Alpha E, very good. His Genji is very strong. His Tracer is very good. It's not like a proper level. It's not like a Prophet level, but it is very good. I think as a Spark fan, I have the hat on because I know Alfie is that guy. And my other option was Valiant or nothing. So Spark it is. Soon there will be more hats though. I'm trying to get a lot more. Or not a lot more. I'm trying to slowly build the Overwatch League hat collection. But that's not the point here. Right now, I'm trying to decide is Alfie with Patafon at the top of A, or is he sitting in S? I think he's sitting in S. And I think he's sitting above Ultraviolet, but I don't know if he's sitting above Finn. I am a huge Alpha enjoyer, but the Tracer is not. It's very good. It is a very good Tracer. Do not get me wrong, but he is not carrying the Spark. I think we all know he's not the one carrying the Spark. He's contributing to the success, but he is not the one carrying the Shark like Shy is. If you replace Shy with a mid-level player, it's not happening. If you place Alfie with a mid-level player, it might still happen. But I think I'm kind of talking myself into putting him at the top of A. No. I think he gets. It's hard because on one hand, I think people overrate him because they're like, "Oh my god, one of the best DPS lines in the league," because Shy and Alpha E, and I'm like, true, but at the same time, Shy is the driving force. God damn. I don't know if you heard that. That's funny, but bro was mad. Okay, I'm thinking Super Rich. I've actually been very impressed with Super Rich, more so than last stage. I think he's been very, very solid. I'm willing to put Super Rich. I'm willing to put Super Rich at the top of B, to be honest with you. I think he's been very good. I think he's been sneaky underrated. He's been living so well. There have been times where I just don't know how the Spark supports are alive, and I'm going to attribute that to Super Rich on the Brigitte. Another thing about it, he just can walk. He can just walk on the Brig and just win. He's just done that multiple times. And I'm like, okay, Super Rich, go off. I like top of B. I'm not going to push him to the A tier. He's not there, right? But he has been very solid, I think. And people are like, oh, well, the Hangzhou backline is their weakness. Yes, but also, like, it's not like it's weak. I don't think it's a weak backline by any means. Irony, I actually, it's very easy to put these two together. And I think I'm going to do just that. Their backline feels very much like stable. I think Super Rich is a little better than Irony, personally. But that's a debatable opinion. I could see Irony going. I can't see Irony going below Victoria, probably, or Kilo even. At worst, I see Irony going below Kilo. I'm just gonna put them with Super Rich because they are very tightly knit, and I don't know. I'm a big fan of the Hangzhou backline. The more I watch, Innovation easy. Okay, I'm gonna put Hacker here. Easy. Okay, Easy Han. I'm gonna start with Easy Han because it's easiest. So he's been their Soldier player. He was benching Dia, which isn't irrelevant, but I don't think he should have been. I would put him. I'm gonna put him top of C actually. So my reasoning for this is, I don't think he's that. Like, there's the argument that, oh well, he's in Apex, so there's a lot of good Sojourns. True, but I just don't think he's stacking up to even Kilo on the other side. Am I gonna put him against Kilo? I kind of like Kilo winning that. Winning those odds. Like Victoria winning those odds. I don't know. I'm gonna put him in the top of C. I think he's not like D. He's not that bad. Right? The D is reserved for the guys that I think are like really bad. Like they are a detriment to their team almost. But he's not there. I maybe like Admiral more. But I'm gonna put Easy on there. So Innovation and Becky. Innovation on the Tracer, on the May, on the whatever he's doing. It's kind of weird. I don't think it's B. Innovation's cool, but I don't think it's there. That's not that cool. What I am thinking is above Wub, probably above Dove. Probably above Easy Han. So I'm thinking. I think I'm gonna do this thing where I lump all. Actually, I'm not putting Becky on that level. Becky is the weirdest player where he will just int sometimes, and sometimes he looks decent, but he will just int. I'm actually going to put Becky way down here. I am not a Becky enjoyer. I'm sorry, Valiant fans. I think Becky is better off on the bench a lot of the time, but then you kind of have to because innovation isn't super flexible to play the Echo and stuff. I don't think he hasn't. We haven't seen it at least. Maybe he could, but Becky's so weird. He'll just in sometimes. Sometimes he'll like carry it around. Like he'll carry a round or a map even or a point specifically, and he'll just fall off a cliff. I don't know. MN3. So my thing with MN3, he's very good, and he was very good in the tournament specifically and leading into it. He had maybe one of the best showings on Ashe ever, but his inconsistency leaves him outside of S tier for me. And honestly, below... No, he's above Potifon, I think. I love Potty, but MN3's highs make him so much worth it. He's just worth it. I like him A tier. He's very good A tier. I think these top three might go to S. I'm still debating on it, but I'm leaning towards no, actually. MN3, he's been there. When he hasn't been there, it's been kind of bad for Philly. But he's there. He was there more than he wasn't there last stage for the most part, right? The qualifiers, sometimes he wasn't there. Philly's weird like that. But his highs made him... It depends. Potifon is more consistent, but MM3 highs are so sweet. Zest, similar to MN3, but actually, I don't know. I had Zest as my Rookie of the Year last time. I remember that. Because he was, I think. This stage, he did take a step back, and I think he's going to A tier. And I think he's going below MN3. I think he's going below... I think he kind of leveled out a little bit. He started off really hot. He could get to that level again, but to me, it was more like that streak at the beginning was not sustainable for him. The Genji, he didn't get to play Genji as much. His Tracer looks very good, but now that he's having to play more into more different Tracers, it has taken a step down, I think. And I like him there. I think that makes sense. Belisria. Belisria is critical to the success of the Philadelphia Fusion. No doubt. This is kind of hard. I'm looking and I'm thinking someone? Yay or nay? And I'm thinking I kind of like someone, and I think Belisria is actually going to end up right below someone. I think that's reasonable. He's good at the Winston, at the Wrecking Ball. Past that, the Doomfist was like okay, I guess. I guess that's all you really need to ask him. He doesn't need to play the Sigma or anything else. That he has Fury beside him. No, I'm gonna rate him above someone. I think he's too dynamic. He is very strong. He sets up MN3 and Zest so well. Even what like MN3 and Zest will just go off and do their own thing sometimes, but he does set them up quite well. Above Backbone, honestly, I can get him above Backbone too. I think that's reasonable. And Venom, I'm gonna stop the line of Venom. Oops. I'm gonna stop the line of Venom though. I like Venom. I'm gonna keep him there. Fixa, for me, I am actually going to put Fixa below Admiral. I am not a Fixa enjoyer. Sometimes his beats are really bad. Whether it be entering with them, he exits with them even. I don't know. I'm not a Fixa enjoyer. I know there are a lot of Fixa enjoyers. Or Philly fans are delusional anyway, so Fixa could be Sky Reaper and they would still be saying that he's Rookie of the Year. Fixa is not good. I don't think Fixa is very... He's the problem with Philly. He's not the problem. Okay, let me tone it down a little bit. He's not the problem. He's a large contributing problem. For sure. So Stalker was good. But in the playoffs, he kind of fumbled. And I think Fitz is better, and I don't think he should have been getting the playtime he did. I'm willing to put Stalker. I'm willing to put Stalker above Summerjed, I think. His Sojourn play was very good for a bit, but having your Sojourn player not play the Ashe, and like having, it's not that he can't play the Ashe. He did a little bit, I think, but Fitz came in to do that, and I just don't get it. I like him in B. I think he's very good, but there are some there. I don't even know. I can't really say there was a problem with his game though. He was a solid Sojourn. That's what he was, and I guess that's kind of what the B tier is. You're a solid Sojourn. He wasn't carrying most of the time. Yeah, he had some carry moments, but so did everyone in B. That's just how it goes. And now Vindame. I think Vindame is for sure A tier. I think he is. Ooh, how high am I willing to put him right now? This is important. Right now, I have him above Merit. Now, there's a genuine question. Do I want to put him above Reiner? How much do I love Vindame? I think just because of Soul flopping in the tournament, I am going to have him third right now. But I'm very close to putting him above Reiner. But Reiner securing not just one, but 2 championships, it's hard to disagree with that. So let me just run through this. See if I want to change anything up. I have Merit 4th. That might be a little higher than a lot of people have him. I think I rated him quite well in the last one. I'll compare and contrast how I had them. If people are interested in that. It might confuse people if I... I'll like pause the video and sort something out, I guess. UV, MN3, Putty. I'm deciding not to move these 4 up. These 4, I think, maybe have an edge above some of these guys. Maybe I do a little bit of... No, I don't think I can put Chorong down, though. I like this. A Super Rich, Irony. This looks good to me. Yeah, I'll run this. This looks okay. So yeah, hold on. Okay, so here is my comparisons between who is dropped and who is raised the most, if you're interested. False and Skyreaper have flip-flopped. That's interesting. Admiral went up. Actually, so did Landon. Backbone. Pixa went down. Zest went down. Zest might be the biggest faller. Proper goes up. Chio goes down. Finn, UV, Vindame. Looking for anyone who's fallen. Did anyone fall more than 2 tiers? Potifon's in the exact same spot. That's crazy. Hydron falls. Summerjed falls. Merit went crazy. Kilo went down. OG went up a little bit. This is interesting. Yeah. I see the progression here. I like this. So yeah, there's a comparison. And if you like this video, be sure to check out my next one where I'm going to do this across all the roles in separate spreadsheets. How this works also is that it goes down, so the top is the best. Yeah, higher equal better. Ordered, higher equal better. Ordered within column. You can't see that. There. Okay, so yeah. So if you like it, subscribe for more daily virtual content. I already said that. Check out the future ones. Thank you so much for watching, and have yourself a good one. Deuces.